What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I'm just gonna explain to y'all how you guys can manifest your own relationship. Every day, well, it feels like every day, I get asked, how did you get your relationship? What did you do? How did you find your partner? Who, what, where, when, how? All sorts of questions pertaining to my relationship. How I found my man, you know, how we've come this far. So I'm just gonna give you guys a rundown on how you guys can manifest your own positive, healthy relationship. I wrote down some notes here that I'm going to run through on manifesting love. Before I get into anything, I just want to throw this out there that whatever is meant for you will be yours, regardless of the circumstances. Whatever the universe has in store for you is going to be yours. And it's all up to you whether you want to go through the life lessons that the universe is going to put you through in order to obtain that thing that you want. Now, you don't have to believe in astrology for this to make sense or for this to apply to you. You do have to follow a certain belief, I feel like, in my opinion. You do have to follow a certain belief, right? You have to believe in order for this to work. But even if you don't believe, I feel like it can happen, but you won't be as aware. So regardless, this can apply to whatever religion, whatever culture, you know, whatever you believe in. What I feel like helps manifest a positive, healthy connection / relationship begins with somebody who is full of self-love, okay? You cannot manifest a relationship if you do not love yourself more than you are willing to love the next person. In order for a connection to be healthy, you cannot be putting this other person before you, right? You have to love yourself enough to be able to cut yourself off from a situation, a relationship, regardless. You have to put yourself first, 100%. Most of the time, people don't do that, and they sacrifice their happiness for their partner. That's where things get a little bit toxic. So I think that when it comes to healthy connections and healthy relationships, you have to have a certain amount of self-love. You have to love yourself 100%, all your flaws, everything. You have to love the things that you hate about yourself. You have to love the things that you love about yourself. You have to love yourself totally and completely in order for a connection and a relationship to come to you, right? You can't hate certain parts of yourself, because then you're not gonna be able to manifest a partner that also, you know, will reciprocate that, or they'll hate those parts of you too. You have to love yourself wholly in order to manifest somebody who's gonna also love you wholly and 100%. You don't want someone who's gonna love a little piece of you and then hate that part and then not really like that part, but like this part, but then not like that part. You don't want that. I'm pretty sure my boyfriend likes me 100%. He doesn't hate anything about me. My first thing when it comes to manifesting a relationship, it starts with you. It doesn't start with them, it doesn't start with anybody else but you. If you do not love yourself, you're not gonna manifest a relationship, point blank, period. And with that being said, everything that is supposed to be for you and will be in your life regardless, the universe will put into your life when you need it and when you've done that work to receive it. And I just want to throw a disclaimer, even though me and my boyfriend, everybody loves us, all that kind of stuff, you know, people think that our relationship is just a walk in the park, like he said today. It's really not. No relationship is perfect 100% of the time. Me and my boyfriend have our ups and downs. We have fought before, we've broken up, you know, it's a constant battle. But the thing that makes it different than the other relationships that I've been in is that now that I'm more aware, I'm more aware, not only spiritually, but, you know, I love myself. In the past, I wasn't there. I wasn't at that point of self-love that I could say that I loved myself completely. There was parts of me that, you know, I wasn't happy about. But with me and my boyfriend, we're able to pinpoint the parts of ourselves that we need to work on, and we are willing to work on these parts. Of course, you know, we fight and everything, but both of us are willing to work on and heal certain aspects of ourselves in order to grow. Sure, we have pride and we have our egos, but I think at the end of the day, we love each other enough to put our pride aside and come together and work on these parts of ourselves that we know that we need to work on, that won't help us and won't serve us in the future. I think that when you're in a relationship, if you're not willing to see certain parts of yourself and work on them, you're not going to grow and you're not going to be able to manifest that relationship no matter what. If you want an abundant relationship, you have to take the whole thing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can't just want the good 100% of the time. So even though you guys see the good that me and my boyfriend have and that we are showing you, you guys don't see the ugly and the bad and everything. Okay, we are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. But as long as you're willing to grow and work on yourself and work on that relationship and not throw it away, that's the answer. That's how you grow your connection in your relationship. You have to be willing to work through your toxic traits, work through that childhood trauma, and just heal yourself, okay? Every day it's a learning process. Every day it's the same journey that you're on together. And if you're not working together and to heal these parts of yourself, it's not going to work. You have to want to work on yourself, okay, and work with your partner, because it's not easy. It's not easy being with someone that has their own problems and has their own issues from their childhood, because you know that you're dealing with yours. But when you come together, if you don't want to work on these things with your partner and help them while you help yourself, then maybe you should be single. Before we talk about the relationship and manifesting it, a lot of people get discouraged because there are different types of relationships, all right? So this is where the spiritual part comes in, and this is why I was telling you guys that it's good to be aware. But when you follow spirituality or you believe in these certain things, it makes it a little bit easier because you can pinpoint these relationships when they come into your life. So if you don't know, there are certain relationships called karmic relationships, soulmate relationships, yeah. And then there's twin flame. Most of the time when your relationship is not working, it's very on and off again, you just find it so hard to be with this person, and it's just constantly, every day, it's another issue. Something's always coming up. This would be a karmic relationship. Karmic relationships are not easy. Karmic relationships usually come with a lot of lessons and a lot of tests. Some people have more karmic relationships than other people. Some people only have one and then they manifest a good partner. Other people, they gotta go through like 10, 20 karmic relationships in their lifetime before they actually come across their partner. It just depends on your soul. But this is where the spiritual part comes into it. So with these karmic relationships, everybody has one, everyone has a trillion, whatever, you know, everyone has been in a karmic relationship before. Karmic relationships are not easy. Some people stay in karmic relationships. That is the person that they're meant to be with. Other people, they're like on and off again, very quick, you know. Most of the time, people don't stay in karmic relationships because they're toxic, usually with a narcissist, and it's too much. But there are important lessons integrated in these relationships. I went through my own karmic relationship, okay? Now, the lesson that came with that one, I learned my boundaries, I learned my lesson. You know, it took me a while. This consumed 1.5 years of my life, on and off again, but I learned valuable lessons, and it really taught me self-love, and it taught me my boundaries and what kind of boundaries that I needed for future relationships, so that I would never let anybody treat me like that again. Karmic relationships drop you down, they bring you down to the bottom level. You are at rock bottom. People deal with karmic relationships when they're going through a spiritual awakening, when it's time for your soul to ascend to another level. And that's what I think that my karmic relationship did for me. That thing opened my eyes completely. I feel like karmic relationships, they really do consume you 100%, and then they spit you the fuck out. They eat you up and spit you out. To most people, there is some kind of karma attached. If you believe in past lives, that is where that karma comes from. You and your person were probably together in a past life, and when you reincarnated into this lifetime, y'all had to heal that, right? Karmic relationships, it's all about healing, okay? And most of the time it's to deal with you. It's not even to deal with that other person. This person comes into your life to show you parts of yourself that you need to work on and that you need to fix in order for you to move to the next level of your life, of your soul's journey, so that you can manifest new people into your life. Usually karmic relationships, they are there to help you release karma, and they're just lessons to be learned, and most of them, they're hard lessons. Nobody wants to be in a karmic relationship. They're very messed up most of the time, and it's just very trying and testing. But like I said, these tests will show you what parts of yourself that you really got to work on. They can be very eye-opening. Now, some people, they do meet, and this is what happened for me, they do meet their future partner at a certain time, and then that partner kind of goes to the back burner, and then you go into a new karmic relationship, work through all your, your karmic debt and everything, and then in the future, you and your soulmate come together. Me and my boyfriend are gonna do a little talk about our relationship in another video. But in this video, I'm just gonna kind of explain what happened. Basically, I met my boyfriend in 2015, I believe. It was like my birthday weekend. I met him one time. This is what divine timing is, and this is how it works, all right? So me and my boyfriend met February 2015. It was either 2015 or 2016. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Got each other's social medias, kept in contact, but we never seen each other again. Never, ever. So we kept in contact via social media. I was trying to pursue my boyfriend, okay? When I met my boyfriend, I'm like, I want him, that he's boyfriend potential, I could be with him, whatever the case is. Never seen him again, and while pursuing him, I met somebody else. And, it was a whole thing. I lost my virginity. I was so in love with this other person. And it just was, I didn't know at the time what karmic stuff was. My first karmic relationship started my spiritual journey. 100%. I wasn't really into spiritual stuff. My aunt was a witch and she kind of put me onto the pagan culture. But spirituality, I didn't really know anything about it. And then I met my first, and it just opened my eyes to the whole thing, and that's when my spiritual journey started in 2016. So I met my first, lost my virginity, and the relationship was just terrible. Like the first month was okay, and then I started seeing red flags, but I didn't leave, and that is what I was talking about when I say karmic relationships really do show you things and help you set boundaries, and that's the one thing that I learned from mine. By the end of that whole relationship that I had with my first, I had boundaries set. I knew exactly what I would and would not deal with from men. And ever since then, I've been good. I've been able to walk away from things if I see those red flags popping up. I have no issue walking away from people because I know what I deserve and I know how I should and shouldn't be treated. So thank you to my first for all of the lessons. So I had actually met my boyfriend prior to me going through my karmic relationship, and after we met, we never spoke, or we never met. We never came face to face. When things with me and my karmic relationship kind of fell off in 2017, I still tried to pursue my current boyfriend, but it just never worked out. And then in 2018, I actually blocked my current boyfriend because he was playing some games with me. Me and him got together February 2019, that's when we made it official. But at the time when he first messaged me, November 2018, he was blocked, okay? So when I tell you guys that whatever is meant for you is gonna come and will come into your life, I mean it. Because my boyfriend was blocked. I had him blocked on everything. There was no way for him to contact me. There was no way for my boyfriend to contact me. What the fuck is going on with this lighting? All right, so let me tell you, when things are meant for you, they will come to you. My boyfriend didn't come into my life once I was 100% done and through with my first karmic relationship. let's say you meet somebody and you don't really see yourself being with them, or you know, whatever, maybe you just want them to be a booty call or whatever. You meet them, but then in the future you guys end up being together. Told you. And even though, you guys, I know being single and alone and not having anybody, it sucks, because I was there, okay? But when everything plays out in your life and you finally come together with the person that you love and you've been through so much, you're going to appreciate them that much more, because you went through all this trying stuff, and then at the end of the day you got the best love that you could have ever received. So even though you're on your own journey and you're single or whatever the case is, you have to appreciate the journey. You can't be negative, you know, you can't look at it in a negative light. I was that same way. I used to hate being single. I would always, when I would go out to the club, and you know, you try not to find love in the club. That's where I found my love. But you know, I had the intention of going out and finding love, and I never found it. But then I thought, like, I actually did find it, but at the time, you have to really appreciate the journey that you're on. You can't have a negative mindset. This is how you gotta look at the whole thing. You can think that you want a certain person, a certain situation at the time. It doesn't work out, it falls through. You can be mad that that relationship didn't evolve and didn't grow. But in the future, when you're married and you have a person that doesn't, you know, keep you hidden, they don't lie, they don't cheat, they don't steal from you, your family loves them, you're gonna look in the past at what you thought you wanted and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm so happy that I didn't end up with that person. I'm so happy I didn't get them pregnant. I'm so happy I didn't get pregnant. I'm so happy that, you know, that did not work out. Do not force relationships. If something does not want to be in your life, you need to let it go. If it's meant for you, it'll come back. Whatever's meant to you will be in your life, okay? Don't hold on to something, you need to let it go. Because trust me, in the future, when you have what exactly it is that you want, you're gonna look back at the past and be like, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord, I am not stuck with that. Healthy relationships, I think that they start with you. Okay, they start with the person that is watching this video right now. It doesn't start with anybody else. It doesn't start with the population. It starts with you. The only way for you to manifest a positive, healthy, productive relationship is by loving yourself completely. Like I said, you cannot be in a relationship and be broken and not accept yourself, because how is someone else going to accept you when you can't even accept you? You have to want to change yourself. You have to want to grow. You have to want to heal. That's what relationships are all about. You're with somebody to heal and grow and change as a person. You don't want to be the same person that you were years ago. You have to be willing to look at certain aspects of yourself that need to be changed and be willing to accept the fact, okay, this is what I gotta change in order for me to get this, or for me to get married to this person, or for something to progress. You have to be able to look at those parts and be like, okay, let's get it done. Relationships won't come to you if you have stagnant, stuck energy, okay? It won't. You're not gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna manifest a great love. It's just not gonna come to you if you're being stuck and stubborn. You have to grow. You wanna have to blossom. You want to have change. My relationship, even though it's been so hard, right? It's been so hard. I wanted to give up so many times, and I know that my boyfriend has too. It has been so trying and testing. But looking back, I'm just so thankful that everything has played out as it has. I've learned so much in the last year. We've been together a year, and it's just, I look back and I'm like, okay. I'm completely different from how I was a year ago. So is he. I've seen so much progress with him, and it makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy to see that we're both ascending to another level within our relationship. Things are growing, we're changing for the better. It just makes me so happy. You can love this person, but like I said, if you're not willing to leave them in order for you to be happy and for you to not get hurt, then it's not going to go anywhere. If you're seeing red flags from a certain person that you're dealing with, you see toxic traits, you know, they're not being the same person. When you see these things that could potentially bring harm to you, not even bring harm, but you know, like if you're in a relationship and you're like, okay, that person's being secretive, or they're just doing something and you know, like, okay, they could be cheating and this relationship may not end well, you have to be cool. You have to be completely fine being single. Like, I can leave this person and I can be happy. You know, you can't be codependent on anybody for your happiness. When it comes to a healthy relationship and manifesting a positive love, you can't be codependent. You can't stay in a situation that you know you're not happy in and that may not be going well because you don't want to be alone and the relationship, being with somebody else, makes you happy. You can't, and it's not gonna work, because once you start doing that and once you start needing somebody else to make you happy or feel secure, it's game over. The relationship's not gonna work. There's a lesson for you and things are just not gonna go well because you did not want to leave for your own good. That's what it is. If you can't leave somebody because they're being a terrible person to you, they're cheating, they're lying, whatever, you can't leave them because you're scared to be alone and you're scared that you won't be happy again. If you're scared, girl, boy, it's a wrap. That karma's gonna come and bite you. There are certain people that, you know, you should stay away from. The red flags would be emotional unavailability, a narcissist, someone with a very big ego, liar, cheater, someone, you know, just those kind of red flags. Once you start seeing them and, you know, picking up on certain things, if you cannot leave them and you're like, damn, I'm probably gonna get hurt, there you go. Another big lesson that comes with karmic relationships is having to set boundaries. Most of the time when people get into relationships, like I was just talking about, codependency, people are codependent. They need a relationship to feel secure and validated. You know, they can't be single because they don't feel proper. Most of the time, people don't really even have boundaries set. So they'll let somebody walk all over them. They'll let somebody disrespect them. They'll let somebody call them out of their name. They will let somebody do all of this kind of stuff because they don't have boundaries and they do not respect themselves. You know, that's just how it is. Some people just don't respect themselves and love themselves enough to be like, you know what, you're not gonna treat me like this. I don't deserve this. People don't have that. And that's one reason why people have to go through karmic relationships, because if you don't have boundaries set, the universe is gonna bring you someone that's gonna make you set boundaries for the future. I'm telling you guys, karmic relationships, they suck. You know, you go through a whole bunch of stuff, but in the end, it's amazing because you learn so much. You know, you learn so much about yourself, you learn about relationships, and just what you will and won't put up with. And that's what I love. I look back on my first. I look back on the whole relationship. I did some really terrible things. He did some very, very terrible things. I've learned to forgive him, but, and I hate it because it was so terrible, but I am happy. I'm not even happy. I'm glad. I'm not mad at the fact that I went through that because I'm strong. I've been through some things that I'm just like, what the hell was going on? Looking back now, I can be like, you know what, I should have left when I seen X, Y, and Z, but I didn't. See, and that's where the lessons come in. Some people need to go through these hard times because they need to learn. You need boundaries, and you need to know what you won't put up with, because some people will put up with a lot of shit just to be with somebody. And that's, if you want a partner and you want somebody that's going to be there long term, boundaries. Okay, this is one of the biggest things. Karmic relationships tend to pop up when you least expect it, especially during Mercury retrograde. These people love to come back and they love to see if you've learned your lesson, especially with the universe, okay? So the universe will bring you back these people. If you break up with someone, you're like, damn, you're not gonna be treating me like this. 2 or 3 months goes by and then this person comes back. That's a test. Most of the time, it's not the universe bringing you this person back so that you can be together. It's a test to see if you've learned your lesson. This person treated you like this in the past. Will you bring them back into your life? No, they have not changed. Yes, they will keep treating you the same way that they have. Have you learned your lesson? Boop, there they are. And then that's up to you to either allow them back into your life so you can go through another karmic cycle with them, learn another lesson that might be 10 times more painful than what you previously just went through. So the universe can see if you are ready for the next great love, or if you just need another lesson because you didn't learn the first time. Now guys, when I tell you that some of these lessons are very difficult, they're crazy, you might learn some shit that you should have learned the first time, but it'll rock your world. Oh, trust me, the universe will bring it to you, and it'll come very hard. Some of the things that I've been through, I look back and I'm like, damn. And the lessons that the universe will bring you, I feel like the universe will put you through something. If you take somebody back that really did you wrong, the universe will do something to you that will make you never want to deal with this person again. What it is, I don't know, but the universe has a way of making this kind of stuff happen. Don't go back to exes, okay? When you see the red flags popping up, you need to cut that person off and move on completely. Don't take any kind of ex back. They haven't changed, okay? Certain situations are different, but for majority of them, it's the same, okay? If you think that you're ready, the universe will test you. It'll test you a couple of times before they send you a love that you deserve. But like I said, it comes with awareness. You have to be aware, you have to love yourself, and you have to have boundaries set. You can think that you have boundaries set for relationships. So that's when the universe will come through, give you someone that you think you want, but they come with a whole lot of baggage and they come with a whole lot of red flags. That is the test. You can think you're ready for a relationship. You can think that you learned your lesson. That's when the universe is gonna come through and be like, oh, okay, let's see if you're actually really ready. Let's see if you're really ready for this. And then it comes with someone that's like 10 times worse than your ex. And the whole concept and idea of this from the universe is, who are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the person that treats you like shit, or are you gonna choose yourself? You know, who are you gonna put first? Because if you keep putting this person first, you keep taking them back, you let them walk all over you, I'm sorry, boo-boo, but you're not gonna be, you won't be in a relationship for a while, okay? You're gonna keep going through the same thing, the same toxic cycle. The second thing that I wanna talk about when it comes to manifesting love and a good relationship, it would be your mindset. It would be your mentality, it would be your outlook and your perception on love. We all get it, love is hard, and when you've been single for a while, nobody better come for me because I've been single before, I've been single for a long time. Okay, I've been there. It sucks. It's very easy to get in a mentality of, I will never find love again. Love is not for me. I've convinced myself of this, that, and the third. I'm never gonna be with anybody. I'm just gonna be single for the rest of my life. Blah, 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 blah. Been there, done that. The thing that you guys have to realize is your mind is so powerful. Your mind is so powerful. People don't even realize that. This right here, very powerful. Now, if you don't control this, you're screwed. You're screwed. That this is where spirituality comes into play, or having a belief. If you can continuously have positive thoughts and have positive affirmations regarding love, I will find love, I am lovable, I deserve this, etc., etc. You have those positive affirmations. That's how you're going to manifest love. You're sending this out into the universe, okay? Or you're praying to God, or you're praying to whoever you believe to. If you have these positive thoughts and you're constantly putting that out into the universe, what you put out is what you're gonna get back. So if you're putting out positive thoughts and you're giving positive affirmations and saying this every day, praying every day, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, you're eventually going to manifest that. But if you're in a negative state of mind where you're constantly doubting your love life, I'm never gonna find love, I'm always gonna be single, I'm not lovable, I can't do this, I can't find love, I'm never gonna find, you know, it's just that same negative mindset. That is what you're gonna get. You're gonna continue to get these karmic relationships, and they're gonna continue to test you. It all starts with the mind. It all starts with the mind. If you don't have control over your own mind, god damn, you will be single for the rest of your life. And I guarantee you that. That's the one thing from this video I can guarantee you. You will be single if you are constantly thinking negatively about your own love life. You will be single. Okay? The moment negativity consumes your mind, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's either you're gonna manifest a negative relationship or you're just not gonna manifest at all. You can't let being single overcome you. It can't let you change the way that you look at love, okay? Being single, you have to look at it as, you have to love it, you know? You have to love being alone and being by yourself. If you don't love being by yourself, you're not gonna be with anybody. Like, people are so scared to be alone, and I don't understand why. The moment you love being by yourself, the moment you embrace yourself completely is when you're gonna find somebody. It just irks my soul when people are like, I don't like being single, I don't like this, I don't like that, I'm never gonna find love, you know, and it's just like, god damn, I need to sage myself now. But people don't realize how strong that their mind is, and the mind is just the one thing, if you don't have control over anything, you have to be in control of your mind. The moment that you let those negative thoughts consume you, it's over. It's over. You're never gonna find love, you're never gonna find a good love, and it's not gonna manifest the way that you want it to. So you have to change the way that you're thinking about love, okay? You can't think negatively about love. You just can't. Just because you're single doesn't mean love is bad. Whatever happened in the past is in the past. You can't let what has happened in the past change your thoughts about what love is now. This is the biggest thing when it comes to love, okay? But with manifesting, I think that vision boards really do help. Writing it down in a journal, praying, setting intentions, and focusing on self-love and self-care. If you really want to fall in love with yourself, you have to start putting energy into yourself. You know, all the energy that you put into yourself is what the universe is gonna bring back to you. So the more that you invest, the more you're gonna receive, right? Just like with life in general, like with anything. If you're investing into something, that thing is gonna reciprocate the energy. Starting your spiritual journey or investing into spirituality is a very good thing to start if you wanna manifest love. Ascending that soul, you know, looking into soul journeys, looking into karmic relationships, because spirituality has really helped me in my life, honestly. So I really think getting that belief system, becoming aware, having something that betters you. This can be anything. This can be a religion, you know, going to church, praying, stuff like that. I really do think religion and spirituality, they go hand in hand. And I think that that has really helped me with my love journey. And it also comes with healing. You have to heal yourself, you know? Go get more massages. If it's talking about physically healing, go get more massages, go get your teeth cleaned, you know, go get a facial, go get your nails done. And men, you can do the same. Go get a facial, you know? Go get your freaking feet slothed off. You know what I'm saying? But it all starts with yourself. And all these points, it's not just for women. Men, this applies to you. You know, there has to be more self-care. Go get your hair done. Go get your beard, you know, trimmed or whatever the hell you guys do. You have to put energy and effort into yourself in order for someone to love you. You have to put the energy in that you want. You do need to put a lot of work into yourself. I've been saying this the whole video. It starts with you. You have to work on yourself by yourself. Being alone is the #1 thing that I think can help usher in love. Because when you're alone, who is there to focus on? Only you. There's only you to work on. I do think celibacy helps because sex just brings so many issues into everything. Like, being with my first, it was just so chaotic because like I had no idea the emotional aspect of sex. Like I did not know that part of sex. Like I didn't know how emotional it was and that attachment. So that was one of the most hardest things when it came to dealing with my first, that emotional part of it. It was just terrible. Like, that's a whole nother story. I know it's hard. But if you want to manifest love, you have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with being single. A lot of people that I noticed are single and they aren't attracting relationships or healthy relationships, it's because they don't want to be single, but they don't want to be alone. Does that make sense? They don't want to spend time by themselves. So that's where the issue comes from, you know? You have to want to be alone. You have to want to be single, because if you don't like being by yourself and you don't enjoy your own company, who's gonna enjoy your company if you don't even freaking enjoy your company? You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to manifest a relationship, yo, you better fall in love with yourself. You better be alone, you better be single, you better be celibate, because that's the only way. Well, in my opinion, it's the only way. And once you start caring for yourself, loving yourself, all the focus is on you, you're putting energy, effort, you're committing to yourself, damn, the universe is gonna be like,
they're doing their thing, they're focusing, you know, they're doing everything they can to make themselves happy. They don't need a relationship to be happy. They won't be codependent on this person that I'm gonna bring them. So I'm gonna bring them a good, positive relationship. But if they can't walk away from this person, it's gonna be very toxic, and I'm gonna make it toxic, and there's gonna be a lesson involved.
For the most part, manifesting things is very easy. You just have to set intentions. You have to have a positive mindset and a positive outlook on things, because if you're thinking negative constantly, you're not gonna manifest what you want. If you guys have any tips for manifesting love or anything, please leave them in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. Like I said, leave a comment. Follow me on my Instagrams. I have my business tarot account, Juliana Reincarnated, and I have my personal account, young_Nina with 2 eyes. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you would like to see more of this kind of content, just leave a comment below or hit me up on Instagram. Let me know what kind of things you would like to see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.